guys, so today we're going back to the racetrack and we're gonna try and run that 10. We got the car fixed from last weekend. I drove it Monday and drove great, made some good power, and you guys seen that in the last video I put up here. But we got the car loaded, we got our new slicks and everything ready to go, got some fuel, a little bit of trans fluid, just in case we lose a little, having to pull an axle out, which I hope is not the case, but let's go racing. Alright, let's go. It's a good thing we're heading south to go racing. We got some rain, up that rain. That's how that USB port gets broken. Fun update. The trailer wall was all peeled out and it was all the way up here, so like when we were driving down the road it was ballooning way out like this. I had to pull off and see what the hell's going on. So luckily enough I got some tools in the car. I gotta grab them out of here and we'll see if I can get this panel top back in and we'll keep going. We're about halfway there, so. Alright, so thank God for Home Depot, because we walked down to Muffler Man. They said they didn't have any self-tapping screws or a drill that they would let me borrow. So I told them, I said, well, I'll pay for your guys' time if he walks down with me. I'll drop him off on the way back, or he can walk back, whatever. And they said, oh, well, we don't have any self-tapping screws. So I said, well, all right, I'll see you later. Couldn't believe it. Unreal. What kind of shop doesn't have any self-tapping screws? But we came down to Home Depot, bought some self-tapping screws from those guys. They have a tool rental program. And they ended up just letting me borrow the drill for free. It didn't even charge me a deposit or anything, but we got the panel kind of held in better than it was anyway. I'll bring you guys in when we get to the track. Holy shit, there's Kevin! Kevin! Where you parked? Where you parked at? How far? Alright, we're gonna go pit with Kevin. He's got an LS turbo first gen. He said behind the bleachers. Now let's get this thing unloaded.
Can you pick up the camera?
Yeah, I got it. got the wheels in the car, and man, these things look good. So we got the 15s in the rear with the M&H 26x4, and then we have the MT ET drags on the 13x9s. 0 offset. I do have probably a 5mm spacer in there just to get the tire away from the coilover, because I want a little bit of tire clearance. I don't know what it's going to do on the top end of the track, but we're going around, we're setting tire pressures right now, put some fuel in the car, and then we'll warm it up, get the laptop hooked up, turn the shift light and everything back up where it needs to be. Probably drop the 2-step a little bit, and we'll see what it does in the first pass. We're going to do 12 pounds in the front tires. I have no idea what to expect on these 13s or these Mickeys. They are soft, so we'll see what they do when they get warmed up. But we'll bring you guys back in as soon as we get everything fueled up and ready to go. I bogged the hit. I wasn't ready for a Pro Tree. Now I know. I was waiting for the Sports Tree, so I wasn't on the 2-step long enough to actually get it to 60 foot. But we'll see what we did. No, we went 11:21, but it went 128. So anyway, 11:80 or 11:21 at 128. I'm gonna bump the limiter up more in 4th gear because we hit the limiter before I actually went through the track. So we'll get that cranked up and we'll see what it does. And I ended up loading a calibration in there that has the factory rev limiter at 6240. So I'm gonna bump that up to about 65, and then we'll put some fuel in this thing and go make another whack and see what it does.
What?
11:03 at 130.2.
11:03 at 130.2. We are so close to 10s. So maybe as it cools down, we'll knock on 10 9s tonight. We'll see. So there you go, guys. We'll be back.
Well, that time we went at 11:03 at 130, but the 60 foot's getting better. It was 181, which is still not the greatest, and I did shift into second a little early, and it bogged the car actually, but when it came back on, it wasn't bad. So we got a 7.27 mile, so we're almost at the 8th mile. We were on the old turbo. When we went the 11:29, that was a 7.24. We just went a 7.27 and went 11:03 at 130. So I mean, the mile an hour's there. I just got to get my short track and get that 1-2 shift right. So we're making progress. So that's a new PB. Mile an hour's come back. I think I went through the traps about 6,300. So I'm gonna leave it alone at 65 and probably just drop tire pressure a pound and put another 200 RPM on the two-step, and we'll go back up and see what it does.
Like a 68 Dodge Dart over there. First gen Neon over here. Neon wins.
Want to say anything? We're still going live.
Bullshit!
I know.
I just went like 5 minutes of cars go out of that lane, and I'm still sitting.
I know.
Well guys, we finally got that 10. So the car went a 167 on the 60 foot. Driving down the track, I shifted into fourth gear, and you guys will see it in the video here. When I shift into fourth, and I get excited because I know I'm on a pass. Went a 1082 at 129. So stock motor, turbo bay big wheel. I think me and the car were probably about 2350, I'm gonna guess. I haven't had it on the scale. I haven't had it on the scale with the race wheels yet, but wife is putting the wheels on the car, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take control of this one. I'm gonna get these all mounted. We'll get the car loaded, and I'll bring you guys back in before we leave, and we'll go over the slips that we had from earlier. What? That goes in the crate with the gun. We did it, guys. Oh man, I'm still so happy. 1082. Yeah.
Alright.
There was a lot of guys talking about how they were stuck doing a bunch of 11.0s. I was like, man, I don't want to do that. That don't sound like fun.
Putting your Pepsi down here. Where's this? In here? Where's your other slip? There's only one slip here. There were more in here.
Are they in there?
Two of them.
Nothing.
I swear they were sitting right here.
Other ones?
Did you put them in your...
Again, the first pass when I pulled in, I actually didn't know that it was going to be a Pro Tree. I was expecting Sports Tree. So I didn't let the car sit on the two-step long enough, and I left, and it did bog a bit, but it did take off, and it still went a 185. And we went a 1121 at 128 miles an hour. And with this pass, about 200 feet before the finish line, the car actually went against the rev limiter. So I bumped the rev limiter up to 6,500, didn't make any changes. Let the car sit on the two-step a little longer, did a little better burnout, let the light come on, made sure that we were ready for it, and then when we went a 181, span first, shifted into second, the car bogged, but we still went 103 in the 8th mile at 727, and that one was an 1103 at 130. So the extra RPM in the top, we definitely needed that. This last pass here, pretty much sat in the staging lanes for about what, 2 hours almost by the time we actually got to make a pass.
Somebody just oiled the track down again, so imagine how much longer we've been
luckily
waiting.
enough, we didn't try to make a third one because we'd have been sitting there forever.
Fourth pass.
Or, yeah, fourth pass, whatever. But so I dropped. We checked tire pressures in the lane after the car cooled off a while, and it was down to like 12 pounds, I think. So we dropped them again, which is where I set them. But we dropped those guys down to 10. And I bumped the two-step 100 RPM while we were here in the pit still, and then we went back up, let the car sit for a little bit, came up on boost, and then went 167, which is the best 60 foot I've ever had at a home track. In Michigan, I haven't had that. Well, actually, Ohio too. We've been to Ohio to a couple tracks, and I haven't been this good, but we killed it in Orlando. But yeah, the 167 is the best 60 foot I've had here in our area, within probably 500 miles anyway. And then we ended up going a 704 in the 8th, again at 103, and then we went through the traps at 129.3 and posted a 1082. So stock motor, turbo bay big wheel. The car is pretty light, but anybody's car can be light enough. It's not an excuse to not be able to go that fast. If you really wanted to go that fast, then you'd do the same thing, but we're trying to see if we can go after that stock turbo record. So we completely blew past the 1090s, went right to a 1082. We almost skipped the 1080s, and then but at this point we are 1300ths off of the big wheel stock turbo record right now. There could be somebody out there that just doesn't post anything at all that we don't know about, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't know who that is. So Ryan did say he's got motivation to get the Mongoose done and back out now. So we'll see what he's got in store and what he decides he wants to try and bring to the table. But as far as I'm concerned, at this point, the car's only going to get faster. We start working on the leaf, see if we can get this thing down into the 1.5s. I can still go down on tire pressure a little bit, and we have a little bit of timing left that we can put in it too. So we're thinking about possibly going to the track on Monday to Lapeer. We're not 100% sure, but if we do, then we can really come down with that tire pressure, see what it likes to leave at, and once we get this thing to 60 foot good and we're still pretty solid on the passes, then just let it eat. But we'll see what happens. So we're gonna head out of here. We're gonna get some food. We're thinking maybe Hardee's. So it sounds like they're running the track again. They just went. So yeah, they were down for like 20 minutes. But
the lanes are insane. We'll have to get a video.
Oh yeah, it's packed. We'll see.
So many people.
Yeah, there was. Well, if there's even that many, because the pit's half full again. So the pits were almost full. There were so many cars here.
But there's a lot of
Yeah,
bikes.
I mean, at any given time, there was probably 20 bikes and 80 cars just sitting in the staging lanes waiting to get through, which
Someone
is
said
nuts.
they waited almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that Mustang, next to Mustang, we went to 1080 again.
Yeah.
He went, I don't know what he went.
And it was crazy how they were doing the staging lanes. We went before he did and got back and went
Right,
before
and then we
again.
went with him, so
Yeah.
he waited and we got 2 passes in while he was waiting for the next one. I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. We came and everybody played by the rules. Nobody got hurt, at least I don't think so. Nobody hit the wall or anything, so I'm not gonna try and pull through here anyway with that trash can.
Back out.
Yeah, I'll back it up, drive out of here. But yeah, so we're gonna get out of here, guys. We're gonna go get some food, and we'll bring you guys in when we get home. Yeah, we'll see if we can get some staging lane shots here. I don't know how full it is. There are a lot of cars in the...
It's gonna be empty.
Yeah. There are a lot of cars in the pits right now.
Nice.
The line's so fucking short now.
Ah, shit. but
damn.
it's still
There's still probably 40 cars there. Really?
That's
I mean,
about as many people when we first went up.
There's 8 lanes though, you know, and all of those bikes. So there, I bet you there's probably at least 30 cars still. I mean, if you look here, it is way more empty.
We were probably backed out to here the first time.
Yeah, oh yeah. There
the
was
second
many
time.
times where we started here, and it took us an hour and a half to get into the beam.
I can see it now.
But,
It starts about right here.
Yeah, yep, we can see the shadows. Yeah, that's crazy.
Still
So,
pretty decent.
yeah, like I said, I bet you there's still at least 30 cars. I don't know how many bikes, I didn't see them, but grudge racing is what this track is known for, like no ET stuff.
I think Milan's a good track. I do. Like I said, tonight got, I don't know, however they decided to do it. And then you had the bikes getting pissed off because the cars were going. And
All
then
the cars were pissed off because the bikes were going.
And they were just talking shit all up and down those lanes.
Yeah, we were all guilty of that shit. So, but yeah, let's get some food. I'm starving.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, definitely want to say a huge thanks to everybody that's ever donated parts, sold me parts, donated time, helped me out, you know, with anything, you know, tuning, transmission work, you know, information, settings, you know, things like that, how to set the car up, and you know, a lot of the custom parts that we had made for the car. So it's really cool to finally have gone to 10, and it's kind of funny because my fuel average on the way back was 10.8, so how convenient. But yeah, I mean, 1082 at 129. The car trapped 130 on another pass. I think if we can, I don't really know what we're gonna try and do for more boost. I guess I could try and tell the boost box to make 29 and see if it'll hold it. But that might be something we try on Monday when we go to Lapeer, see if we can tell it to make more boost all the way out the top end. But I feel like there's some work that can be left in the 60 foot. We can go down in tire pressure some more and bring the two-step up, maybe 45, 4800, and see if we can get this thing to go some 1.5. But if we can, that's definitely going to put us in contention for the record overall for the BWS. So we might try it again on Monday and see what happens. We're going to wrap this one up for the night, guys. You have yourself a good one. Instead of ending the video from the last track day, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this weekend and we'll make it one video, because I did shoot some footage throughout the week, but it wasn't really the best footage. It was kind of a waste of time, so I'm not going to use it. We're just going to make this one all about racing. So today is Monday, Labor Day weekend, and we are on our way to Lapeer Dragway, and we're going to try and see if we can go deeper into the 10s now that we're getting the car figured out with two-step and tire pressure and things like that, and adjusting the coilover. So the tune's actually still looking pretty solid. It's a little fat up top still, but there's nothing wrong with that. If anything, it'll just help keep it cool under really high load. We were blowing through the traps at about 6,300 at Milan the other day, so the car's definitely making the power to go the mile an hour we need. So if we can get that short track down, we're definitely going to start knocking into some deeper 10s here. So we're on our way to the track right now. I'll bring you guys in when we get there, and we'll get this car unloaded, we'll get it ready, and see what we can do for the day. going on, man?
Oh, not much. How you doing?
Not too bad.
I already brought it up on my phone. I ran it like that before, but
Spent a lot of time on this.
hey, no peeking.
Got the car in track mode, got teched in, got our number, got our sticker, guy looked at the car. So Kevin's making a couple changes with his, and we're probably gonna go up there and see what's going on with some testing. Just waiting for a call.
Time for the sector your lane, power lane at 7:28 and 98.
Shit. Okay. We'll be back, guys. I think. I don't know. You got a lot of smoke. Are you okay?
Looks like we're gonna protect that one out. Good news all on the track.
Shit.
Damn. Well, the day took an interesting turn. We staged with that Hellcat. We took the leave. I guess the Hellcat span and let out right away, but I didn't know that. I was just ready to eat them up. So we tried to make a full pass, and I guess probably about halfway down the track, they said the car started smoking. Well, I had no idea. Get down to the top end, I heard the wife come on the radio and say that the car was smoking, so shut it down, got the car back here. There's oil just everywhere. Engine didn't make any noises or anything, so that's a plus, but we're gonna get it home, get it cleaned up, try and put some oil in this thing, fire it up, see if it's got pressure, find the leak, where it's coming from, and then I guess we'll go from there. It depends on what I find as to if we're gonna wrap it up for the year and just try and focus on getting everything else together, or if we are going to really try and push to see if we can go for the record this year. But the car was working. We were just trying to get this thing figured out. I was gonna take some tire pressure out, put a little two-step in it and the next pass, but unfortunately we lost a lot of oil on the track, so we're buttoning it up for the day. We'll get it home figured out and go from there. So got the wheels and everything already on the car, so we're pretty much ready to just shove this thing in here and wrap it up. So we'll bring you guys back in when we get her home. All right, guys, so we got her back home. The car is in the garage already. We did put her back in there for the night. So we're pretty much just grabbing all our stuff out of the truck here so I can give it back to my grandma, because she does let me borrow her truck, at least until I get my Cummins done. You guys will see that one here before too long as well. We'll, as soon as we get caught up with whatever's going on with the white car and I make the plan to move forward with it, or if I just put it on standby and get Jordan's car done and then get Garrett's car up here and start getting these customer cars and parts out of my way, and then we can focus on what we want to do with the car. But if it's not that bad, if it just pushed a seal, then, you know, I'll definitely take it apart, check to maybe try and see what might be going on with this thing, and then go from there. As long as the turbo still spins and there's no like crunchies or grindies, I don't think I'm going to tear it apart. But that all depends on what I find when we figure out what's going on with the oil leak. So we did get the car unloaded. Me and the wife pushed it over here. We rinsed it all off, pushed it in the garage, and I'm going to let it air dry here a little while, because a lot of oil or a lot of water sitting on top of oil, it's still got that slimy look on it. So we're going to let it dry up a little bit, and then I'll put some oil in the car and we'll fire it up, see where the leak's coming from, and like I said, we'll go from there. But right now, pretty much all we're going to do is we're just going to get everything cleaned up. Like I said, I'm going to let the car dry off. We're going to go inside and get some dinner, and then we're probably just going to wrap this one up for the night. I'll get back out here after it's dark and see if we can start the car and look for the leak. But until then, guys, we're going to hang this one up. So you have yourself a good one. Stay safe, and we'll see you at the track. Thanks.